Hello guys, and today we're going to be talking about object-oriented programming. Oops. So, what is object-oriented programming? So, object-oriented programming has a short of OOP. Okay. So, it basically helps to give you help you in larger scripts of code rather than just functions. Okay. So, I'll show you an example. Let's say a list object. List number 0, list number 1. For now, okay? And now if we print out hatch, we actually get it, right? Now, if we see the type of head, now what if we want to create our own objects? Now, if we see the type of hatch, we see it saying an object called list. Now, what if we want to create our own objects? Like this object is called a list. Now, that's where object-oriented programming comes in. Okay, so often objects start with the keyword class. And after the keyword class comes the name of the object. And if you want to be a good programmer, then it's best to start the letters of the class with a capital letter. Unlike the real objects, like list or something like that. Or anything like that, or anything. But anyway, so let's just create an object called sample. And let's add a capital S. Oh, and you can add these curly brackets if you want or no, unless you're inheriting. And if you're inheriting, which is another topic, we have to add them. Okay, so I'm just going to add them. Okay, so class sample. So we're not going to do anything with this class. And so we're just going to use the pass keyword to pass on with this class. Now let's create a variable with the instance of this class. Let's just say my variable equal to sample. We won't be and remember, we're not going to be adding any parameters here because that's for something different. But we're going to be using that later on in this video. Okay, so we just executed this object by assigning it, okay? And now, let's check the type. Same of the myvar. It says main.sample. It just says this, and don't worry about this main, okay? It just says main because this is not a built-in thing. But this main means it's an object, okay? And since it's not built-in, it just helps us to keep us confused from this is an object, okay? Yeah. And after that comes a .sample. And this sample tells us what is the name of the object or what type it is. Okay, so we just created our first class. But it doesn't really do anything. If you just call my variable, it just says main.sample. And if we add this, it just says sample object is not callable. That's because we didn't put anything in it. And so it just returns this thing because it doesn't have anything. And so that there's nothing to do. And even if you use the sample class as if it's an object, it'll again just return main.sample. Okay, so the first thing to code an OOP or an object-oriented programming, let's just say class for short. So to code a class, we have to first use this thingy called init. Okay, so first of all, there are functions in classes, which is way often. We have to have classes and objects. And so this is a magic method. Methods are like functions in classes. So this is a magic method. It's like, or a dunder method rather, because it has two underscores, an underscore. So this magic method is called underscore underscore init underscore underscore. And this helps us give attributes. Okay, so what are attributes? Attributes are like, let's say like just for short class dot, and we get something. So class something, and it actually returns us something. Get it? So that's how. And first of all, and so we add this self keyword, and then we put this whatever self dot blah 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 equal to blah blah blah. Okay, but we didn't add anything right now, so let's just add. Like let's say sample equal. So let's just change this to a class called dog. Okay, dog. And now let's say dog. Let's say food, health, and finally let's say like age. Now what we do is we just say self dot food equal to food. Okay, so first of all, let's just go with one attribute for now. Okay, now this might seem confusing. Why are these attributes? Why is this attribute having to have the self dot food, like this food keyword everywhere? Why does this food keyword has to be everywhere? Now, you see, it's just for real. We don't actually need that everywhere. What I mean is this. So if you put anything here or assign it to this is just what it's getting assigned. So this foot and this foot is the same. Now this foot is the name of the attribute you're gonna call to. Get it? Okay. So now let's just say dog. Let's just say my dog equal to dog. Now, see that it just required one positional argument, food. So let's just say its food is fish. I know this seems crazy, but I'm just putting it anyway. Now if we return my var, it still gets the same thing. But we can actually call something from my var. I mean my dog rather. Because if you do my dog and we put dot and we press tab, it'll automatically come food. I mean, usually there's a drop-down list, but since we only put in one attribute, it'll autocomplete knowing that it's the only attribute. And now, since we assigned that the food is fish, it'll return back fish to us. Get it? Now let's just create a drop-down this time. And so self dot health equal to health. Self dot age equal to age. Oopsie. Okay. Now we need two more required arguments. Ish. Like let's say 99. Oh, and if you want it to be an integer, then you can just add int. Okay? Because then it'll automatically raise an error that it has to be int, base 10 and blah blah blah. Okay. So fish. And after that age, let's say like maybe, okay, so let's just put percent. And let's say that the age is 55. I know that seems crazy. Let's just say 2 years. Now we can actually get a drop down list. My dog. Oopsie, not that. My dog dot tab. Now we get a drop down list. See that? Now if we get food, then we just get the food. And if we put in age, then we get the age. And if we get the health, then it just gets the health, 99%. Okay, so now let's talk about adding methods. Like, methods isn't like any magical or special thing because they have an underscore. This time, let's just add something called, like, let's say, return, like, let's say, are you hungry? Are you hungry? And then let's just say, and let's just add an attribute called yes or no. And then let's say, if like yes or no equal to, well, let's just say, well, for now, let's just not add any parameters. Let's just say, are you hungry? And let's just print out yes. Yes. Woof, maybe instead, yeah. And now, if you actually check it, and if you do my dog dot tab, we also get are you hungry since it's a method. But this time, since it's a method, we have to add these curly braces. Or look what'll happen. It'll just say that it's running at your memory. So we have to add this. Then, okay, so this might be crazy, but we might be getting this. Okay, so sometimes this might happen, but don't really worry. You can just add an attribute here. So, oopsie. So don't worry about this even if it happens. You don't have to search about the problem. You can just look here and just add a parameter. So don't spend your time even if that error happens. Because sometimes it doesn't and sometimes it does. Don't worry. Okay, anyway. So that's it about classes or like object-oriented programming in Python. Okay. So this is only part 1. Remember, there's way more. So bye-bye guys. See you next time.